Say hi, Joey only.
Hey Joey, what is it?
Joey only.
Hey Joey only.
Hi, Joey only.
I'm Frankie Del. You're listening to Comedy Meteorological Weather Report every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 11 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time. Caribou Weather do Comedian plus Meteorology with Joey only every Thursday night. The Joey only's a really nice guy. I'm on his podcast every Thursday night. Caribou Weather do Comedian plus Meteorology. It's on CFUR 88.7 FM in Prince George and CKU W95.9 FM in Winnipeg, Manitoba, and CFBX 92.5 FM in Kamloops. And I'm also on Shaw Spotlight TV and Shaw Television all across the entire country of Canada. Joey only is a really nice guy. He fights fires in Wells, British Columbia. He used to work for Vancouver Giants Western Hockey League team. Joey only is a really nice guy. He fights fires and things like this. Joey only is a really nice dude. He fights fires in British Columbia in the summer months, and including the interior of British Columbia. Joey only runs a podcast called Comedian plus Meteorology every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 11 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time. I'm on his podcast every Thursday night. Best luck to you. I'm Frankie Doll. You're listening to Joey Only Show every Thursday night. Check him out on YouTube channel, Caribou Weather do Joey Only. Say hi, Joey Only.
Hi,
Hey Joey only. Joey only.
Well, whether it's hot, whether it's cold, whether it's hot, Frankie's got the weather we got. Wait a minute. Well, whether it's cold, whether it's hot, Frankie's got the weather, whether or not. There it is.
Okay, let's start. Good morning, Prince George, and good afternoon, Winnipeg, and hello, Victoria on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I guess, and Cowichan Valley sometime, and CFBX Kamloops, I don't know when, late night sometime. Wow, we're the Comedeorological Report. I'm Joey Only. I'm your host. I'm here in Snowy Wells, British Columbia, up in the Caribou Mountains, and I'm here with my panel of Comedeorologists. Comedeorology is a science I started, the science of comedy plus meteorology, because the weather is funny business. This is your show about how much the weather sucks in Canada. And suck it does indeed. So we got the man himself, Frankie McDonald. This week he's in his house, so that tells you the weather must be pretty bad in Sydney, Nova Scotia. And the rest of our panel of meteorologists, of course, Brandon Houck, the radio weatherman down there in Brooks, Alberta, as per always. Imogen Cookie Bailey, our associate producers down there in Victoria, with all the news on how we're now a TV show, so that's good. Thank you, Shaw Spotlight. We're glad to be on with you. And Hilding Donaldson is out in Grassy Plains, and he's got stories about eagles mating and all kinds of stuff. So our top story tonight is $100 million worth of gold has been stolen from Pearson International Airport. And we got lots of other wacky news, okay? But first, Frankie McDonald, he's the man. How you doing so far, Frankie?
I'm doing good so far. There's a major windstorm in Vancouver Island as of right now. It's a really bad windstorm in Vancouver Island, in Victoria, Nanaimo.
Really?
Donkey.
Is there? Tell me more.
It's a lots of rain in Vancouver Island, doing snow in the mountains. And they had a big snowstorm in Regina, Saskatchewan, in Estevan, Saskatchewan, in southwestern Manitoba. There's a Weyburn, Saskatchewan, had so much snow this week. Then it got some more snow and rain. Lots of snow in parts of Minnesota. It's heading towards Kenora and Dryden and all these places in Ontario. Lots of low pressure systems heading for eastern United States. On my birthday, it's going to bring lots of showers in Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, Massachusetts, with flurries, including New York. On my birthday is April 24th. I'll be 39 years old on April 24th, 2023. I'll be 39 years old. Then it's going to bring cold temperatures all the way down to Washington, D.C. on my birthday.
So it's going to be cold in Washington on your birthday. So what you're saying is that in Washington, political epicenter, hell will freeze over on your birthday. Is that what we're hearing?
It's going to bring colder temperatures. It's not going to be snow nor rain in Washington, D.C. on my birthday. It's going to be cold temperatures as well. It's going to bring really dry weather in California, including Southern California, Arizona, Nevada, and with chance of showers in New Mexico, in Colorado, and those places. It's going to bring there's another low pressure system going to develop after my birthday on Wednesday off the southeastern United States. It's going to bring more tornadoes to Georgia and thunderstorms in Tennessee and those places.
Who has the worst weather in the world, Frankie? I mean, Weyburn, Saskatchewan's getting 50 centimeters of snow.
Yeah,
50 centimeters of snow on April 20th.
It was really, really bad in Saskatchewan, Canada. It was so bad in Weyburn, Saskatchewan. Lots of thunderstorms and rain going on in Venezuela, Colombia, including Peru, Ecuador, and those places, including Brazil, northern Brazil. And northern Chile is really dry, and southern Brazil is drier than normal. Including Argentina, it's really, really dry weather going on in Argentina and northern Chile, those places. in the desert in northern Chile. It's been really dry lately as well. And over in places like up in Alaska, it's been really cold up in Alaska. It's gradually getting warmer there. There's a storm off the coast of Alaska, USA. As of right now, over in Europe, lots of cold weather in the United Kingdom, in Norway, Finland, Sweden, and there's lots of showers going on in France and Saturday and Sunday coming up, including all the way up to Finland and Sweden, with up in the mountains and snow up in Sweden and Finland and those places, even western Russia, like Moscow, Russia. It's going to get really cold temperatures as well. And then it's going to warm and cold air fighting each other there. Then it got some showers all across Syria and parts of Turkey and things like this. There's still really cold up in Sapporo, Hokkaido, Japan, including lots of rain going on in China right now, and from Mongolia, still getting colder temperatures in northern Mongolia as well. In Siberia, including Yakutsk and Magadan, Russia. Like in Magadan, that's in northeastern Russia, it's getting really cold temperatures still, and really windy conditions up in Magadan as of right now. As of right now in southern Africa and weather in South Africa, it's a storm coming off the coast of South Africa. Lots of thunderstorms and rain going on in Gabon, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Uganda, with tons of thunderstorms and rain, including Kenya, Zimbabwe, Zambia. Mozambique will soon be getting the dry season. So Madagascar, Africa, Botswana will soon be getting the dry season as well. Places like in Southwest Pacific, like Australia and New Zealand, and lots of rain going on in North Island, New Zealand, and Eastern South Island, New Zealand. So right now, lots of rain going on right now. And their winter starts on June 21st. Next month, Antarctica will be dark with 24 hours a day again.
Frankie, up in outer space.
Oh my God, the aliens are here!
What's that noise?
Sounds like a flying saucer is coming. There's dozens of aliens coming from planet Sedna, Eris, Ceres, and Quawar.
The Lyrid meteor shower is peaking on April 22nd, so that's your only real chance to see consistent meteorites in the spring. It's one of the few meteorite showers at this time of year. And we got a solar storm going on, which I'm not going to be able to see here in Wells because we are more than clouded over. What else is going on in space this week, Frankie? A giant spaceship exploded.
Yes, I see that on TV. A giant spaceship exploded. That's a really bad thing. They have to do a lot of work. They should do more testing on spaceships.
And they're trying to pretend like they're okay with it exploding. Like, oh, that's okay. Like, we gave it a 50-50 chance or something. But I mean, come on, it's the year 2023. We can shoot hypersonic missiles and launch, like.
To be fair, SpaceX has had dozens of successful launches. They've had dozens of successful flight missions with absolutely no incident. This is probably the first incident that has had that kind of disaster. So all in all, they do have a really good track record, which is their track record is they've got more success than other spaceflight agencies. So, I mean, it's certainly not good. We don't want anything like this, but compared to other forms of transport or like just hell, other courier service, which is kind of what SpaceX is. It's exploration and courier effectively.
It's not like sending astronauts up an International Space Station.
Frankie,
Yeah, they send stuff to ISS and whatnot. But as far as compared to other forms of transport, where we have regular plane crashes, bus accidents, vehicular disaster happens all the time, ferries sink, whatever. For SpaceX to have a single disaster, they're going to learn a lot from this. I have a lot of confidence that they're going to get a lot of benefit from the data they gather from it will be well used. I don't see this happening again anytime soon.
Frankie, do you think that maybe Elon Musk is spending too much time tweeting?
Yes. He'd have to do a lot of testing.
He should tweet less and test more, right?
Test more.
What else is going on in outer space, Frankie?
Frankie, did you see the dragon bones on Mars?
I think Frankie's frozen.
He's just concentrating.
Oh, no.
Frankie,
well, at least we got most of the Frankie report in, right? We didn't find out what new videos he made this week, but
Hey everybody, my father, Frank McDonald, still make music on the SoundCloud. And my dad is still making music nonstop. My dad is a great guy. He's making music all the time on the SoundCloud. A part, That is my dad's latest song. My dad is making great songs all the time. He's making really good songs himself. My dad, Frank Nell's making songs at all times. He's making a lot of music non-stop. My dad's doing a great job for Frank Nell. This is Frankie McDowell, my own TV station live in Sydney, Nova Scotia. Extremely cold weather is heading towards Antarctica for the winter of 2023 in the southern hemisphere. It's going to bring extremely cold, extremely windy conditions, especially in McMurdo Station and Amundsen Scott South Pole Station in Antarctica. I want all the scientists to be extra prepared, especially in the research stations, especially Amundsen Scott South Pole Station and McMurdo Station in Antarctica. It's going to bring really cold temperatures in Antarctica, especially in Amundsen Scott South Pole Station, McMurdo Station. Once again, at the end of May of 2023, it's going to be dark 24 hours a day in research stations in Antarctica, especially McMurdo Station, Amundsen Scott South Pole Station down below Antarctic Circle. It's going to bring really cold temperatures. It's going to bring so windy conditions. The temperature may reach down to minus 7 degrees Celsius or even minus 80 degrees Celsius in Antarctic research stations, including Amundsen Scott South Pole Station, Antarctica. Be extra prepared. Be really careful doing research work down in Antarctic research stations. If you have anybody living in Antarctica, be prepared for the winter 2023. And the next sunrise in Antarctica will be in late July 2023, down below Antarctic Circle. Once again, at the end of May of 2023, it's going to bring 24-hour darkness. Be safe.
How you doing so far this week, buddy?
All right, Brandon Houck out here to win. Almost lost it by Duke.
The Brandon Houck Report.
Oh, hi. This is the Brandon Houck Report. Oh, hi. This is the Brandon Houck Report. And this week on the report. So there you go. Snow. Yes, that's what's left of the, I'd say at least 2 centimeters of snow that we had overnight last night into this morning. And we still have convective flurries off the foothills here. And that will be the case throughout the day today. Off and on flurries and snow showers this afternoon. Daytime highs around 1 degree. And then as we go into tomorrow, we'll see a few more rain or snow showers. So kind of the same deal. And then, oh, the snow geese have... I forgot they're out here. All right, I scared the snow geese again. Sorry, guys. All right, so this week on the report, a woman spent 500 days living in a cave. That's right. Survived that scenario, 500 days. That's pretty incredible. And then we go to this story out of North Carolina. A 13-year-old boy decided to climb into the claw machine. You know, the claw. And yeah, he got stuck in that claw machine. Didn't get the toy he wanted, and he got banned from the restaurant, from the amusement park for a couple of years there. So that's what happened there in North Carolina. We go to this story. Yes, AI might take your job if you're a fortune cookie writer. The good news is you no longer have to tell everybody that you're a fortune cookie writer. And then, finally, a man in Ohio steals some vacuum cleaners from Bed Bath & Beyond, and you can say he made a clean getaway. And that's the Brandon Houck Report. See, sometimes my radio voice isn't for everybody. Whoops. Oh, I'm doing wonderful so far this week. Haven't done much of anything at all for the first time in a month.
Wow. Okay. Well, so the big news really is that this massive storm is going on, and it's tracking its way through southern Saskatchewan and Manitoba, and now making its way towards Thunder Bay and those kind of places on the north side. And this is there's been a lot of this really bad weather, but it seems like it's going to be stopping soon.
They have to go test more in the International Space Station.
Frankie's back. Testing. His mic
Frankie's
works.
back mid-sentence.
And now Brandon's gone. So there we go. Everything's confused.
What is happening with you guys? Brandon, why? Brandon, you never have technical problems.
What? I'm still here. I just muted my video instead of my mute button here. So
Fair enough.
yeah.
This is a little different that this is the first time ever that I'm the only one not having technical problems and all you guys are. It's normally the other way around.
I think it's funny that I ask Brandon questions and he mutes himself. But we'll come back to you in 1 second. Frankie
McDonald's sports predictions.
who is going to win the Edmonton hockey series, Frankie? Versus Los Angeles.
That means Los Angeles.
Frankie picks Los Angeles to beat Edmonton. I like that prediction. That's a good one.
choice.
What about Winnipeg versus Las Vegas?
Las Vegas.
Frankie's picking Las Vegas. He's going All-American. Dare I ask Frankie, Toronto, Tampa Bay?
Tampa Bay.
Oh,
My man, Frankie. Frankie knows what's up.
betting against Canada. Hard. I'm not going to ask you any questions for a while. I'm scared of what you might say.
You know what? I'm with Frankie on this one. I think Frankie's onto something. He's never wrong. Dude knows what's up.
We just gave him a 7-2 beating, Frankie. What about Brooks Bandits versus the Spruce Grove? Who cares? Oh, he's frozen again. Well, Brandon, what do you think? What about give us your predictions for the Brooks Bandits hockey game tomorrow night?
Well, I think it is definitely going to be a win because I know there's going to be a tailgate party at the CRA tomorrow night. Free hot dogs for the first 400 fans to get there. So if you're in around Brooks and you want a free hot dog, you better hurry. 4:30.
There's the cackle.
Seems
Brandon's
like a lot of-
bitchy cackle.
Seems like a lot of punishment to put yourself through for a hot dog. It's like the game starts at 7, but you stand out. And did you notice that the weather in Brooks isn't nice? Just hang around here for 2 hours before the game.
Yeah.
You're playing the Spruce Grove
The Saints. Yes.
Saints.
The good old Spruce Grove Saints. Yeah.
They're playing the Spruce Grove Stains tomorrow night.
That's right. And
You're predicting a win. Okay, so tell us about this crazy storm. All the
All right.
details.
so we've had this Colorado low this week develop in Colorado, obviously, and it moved its way up from Colorado and it moved its way in to Saskatchewan. Right. And the storm stalled over Saskatchewan Wednesday, today, Thursday, the 20th, and it's still going to be there again for tomorrow. And it's dumped a lot of snow. And now we're going to show you how much snow has fallen. Now, for our radio listeners, you'll not be able to see how much snow, but this is a good idea on how much snow. That is Weyburn, Saskatchewan earlier today, 50 centimeters of snow on the ground. Roads closed.
That big thing, that's not a barbecue. That's a table with snow on it.
Picnic table with a pile of snow on top of it. And that was one image from Weyburn. And then we've got this image, I believe this one's from Capel, Saskatchewan. People's got their snow blowers out. Not sure how much snow fell there, but still a lot. The Trans-Canada Highway there was closed. So they had to open up a shelter for the night at a town called Indian Head there, just outside of Capel there of Saskatchewan. So that was Capel. And then I'll go to another image from Radville, Saskatchewan. And you can see somebody out there with the snowblower blowing all that snow away. And
Awesome.
And he's actually saying to himself, I'm in Radville.
That's right. Rad. Nothing but rad.
Yeah, it looked like he was having a totally tubular time there. Definitely, you want to get blowing that snow right away because warmer weather come behind and you're gonna have some real heavy snow.
Yes, that's right. Pretty much back-breaking kind of wet snow to move around. Luckily, the temperatures been below freezing during this event. So we've had some reports of some power outages, but nothing like power snapping kind of wet snow when it's above freezing there. So it's been below freezing, and looks like into next week we're going to stay below freezing for parts of Saskatchewan where we've had that most significant snow. So it's going to be a slow melt for Saskatchewan and Manitoba into next week. But eventually it will start melting and temperatures will start to rebound slowly but surely into next week. Winnipeg hasn't got much of the snow yet, but I believe through Friday here, they're going to get probably at least 10 to 20 centimeters of snow, and the blowing snow near blizzard conditions possible in the Winnipeg area on the 21st of April there. So yeah, Winnipeg's still waiting for their big snow to arrive from this slow moving Colorado low. And we've had some snow here in Brooks earlier today as well. We had, I believe, about 2 to 4 centimeters of snow. And this is looked like in my backyard this morning, and all that snow that you see there, it's all melted. That's the nice thing about some of these April snow events. They move in and then it all melts away during the day. Well, not really much the sunlight, but still you got enough strength from solar energy, and then you have the day length as well, so it allows it to melt a lot quicker compared to whenever you get a big snow event in January there. So we've got at least another cool day here in Alberta, and then eventually we'll see that warm up through the weekend, temperatures back to the seasonal average. It looks like we do have some shots of probably some unsettled weather into early next week, maybe a few showers and maybe the odd little rumble of thunder here and there, nothing too significant. And then we'll continue to see that warming trend towards the end of the month.
Now tell us about those freaky geese, man.
To go.
Would you say that they're breeding like rabbits?
I would say both literally and figuratively. I think you can say
Honk.
that's my kind of goose.
Oh, snow geese. So everybody knows what a Canada goose is. Yeah, they're a lot different from Canada geese. As you can tell, you don't normally see snow geese in the city because they're scared of everything. Like you move one, you flinch a little bit over here, or you say something over here, and they're gone. And yeah, the snow geese are they're good tasting too. I can tell you that right now. But
Honk.
That's my kind of goose.
Snow geese are they're crazy birds, and they only show up for they only pass through here like late fall, southern Alberta, probably end of October, early November-ish, and then they come up through late March through the early stages of April. This time they've kind of been sticking around for a little longer because of the kind of a late winter season. And then once spring really takes hold here, they're gone. So you don't see them again until late fall. So they're kind of in and out quickly compared to Canada geese, where they stick around all season long. I think snow geese go like to the territories or something. I'm not sure where they go, but yeah, those are snow geese. Annoying kind of birds and very flinchy. Like, you'll never get anywhere close to a snow goose in your life. Good luck.
You don't want to scare them off either, because if you have, like, I don't know how many thousands of them were in that flock that you had today, but that's a lot of poo. And if I'm a farmer looking out my window, seeing 10,000 big geese sitting out there pooing in my field, I'm like, yes.
Manure!
Man, like that is some nitrogen-rich feces.
That's right. Well, I know that field's had a lot of cows in it too. So, oh yeah, that field's set to grow some corn, you know. Go corn on the cob. Manure.
Right. Later in the show, $100 million worth of gold stolen. Mother and son win a lottery 3 times using the same numbers. So there you go. Substitute teacher was fired for encouraging students to fight. And Florida man loses a leg from an alligator. Indian couple decapitate themselves in bizarre human sacrifice. So more on that in the hour. But first, Imogen Cookie Bailey down there in Victoria. How do you like my playoff beard so far?
It's I mean, I get that you're calling it a beard. I'm just not seeing a whole lot of it on my screen. So I'm not sure if it's that it's just new or if it's just that I'm not seeing it because my screen has a certain facial hair filter. You shouldn't. I mean, Hilding's is here in all its glory. Hilding has a mighty beard.
Well, it has to start somewhere. It has to start somehow. What better place than here and now?
What's the time frame on this beard? How long have you been growing it? What is its development at this point?
Like since the playoffs started. Monday,
I don't follow
Tuesday.
hockey. I don't follow hockey or that's football or basketball or figure skating or whatever playoffs you're watching. I don't follow. Okay. I like combat sports. I don't follow non-combat. I don't follow competition.
There was 3 fist fights in the game tonight, and one of the guys, his hands were busted open. The 2 guys were ejected from. What do you mean combat sports? Tampa Bay, Toronto series is a combat sport, man. Holy.
Okay,
and
you make a valid
5
point.
more possible games of it to go.
You make a valid point.
What happened in your more interesting world?
Okay, dudes beating the hell out of each other. You know what? There is a fight tournament coming up on June 3rd here. It's going to be a round 3 boxing tournament. I'm really looking forward to that because that's going to be a whole lot of fighters getting in the ring and punching the hell out of each other, punching each other in the face. The point system is a little different than hockey, so that's coming up, but that's not today. Today, we have massive windstorms. Lots of windstorms here. It's delightful. Winds are currently between 70 and 90 kilometers, depending on where you are and what part of a hill you're sitting on. We've had canceled sailings of the ferries. Out on the water, it's expected to get up closer to 110 kilometers. So that's pretty wild. Not as exciting as dudes beating each other up.
Oh, well, Salamander Island there had 160 kilometer an hour winds, Brandon said.
Salamander Island?
Solander Island. Solander, not Salamander.
You know what?
No one lives there. No one.
Okay,
no one
let's
knows
rename it Salamander Island because 160 kilometers of winds will blow salamanders all over the place. Little lizards flying everywhere.
So here we go. At noon, 71, gusted to 156, then gusted to 160. Gusted to 160 at 10 a.m. What?
At 11.
That's
at
similar
11,
to
yeah,
Hurricane
okay.
Joey. That's similar to Hurricane Fiona that hit Sydney, Nova Scotia on September 24th, 2022.
How strong were those winds, Frankie?
Very strong like that. Knocked out power for 24 hours and Sydney, Nova knocked out power for a week.
What lost power for a week?
Power outage for the week.
Sydney.
Oh, lots of places have been losing power with wind like that. Stuff just falls over. It's great. Stuff blows up. It gets knocked over. All of a sudden, movies are real, where things just fly around and explode. Yeah, I like it.
What about you, Hilding Donaldson? What about you up in Grassy Plains, which is actually a place in British Columbia? There's a place in British Columbia that has the name Plains in the name.
Well, we had an interesting one this week. I was visiting at some friend's house. They were living in a log cabin. Well, it was a well-built log house. And the wind blew up, and you could feel the wind blowing inside the house. I mean, pretty strong. And all of a sudden, the whole window was totally plastered with snow. About 5 minutes later, the snow all melted.
So blasting up at leaky log cabins. What else up there, Hilding? You've been doing your reports every day, so obviously you got some idea as to the weather in your neighborhood.
Well, like I say, we've been having every morning it teases us with some nice spring weather, and then by afternoon we have, between 2 and 4, we've been having snow gusts. And like I say, when we started our viewing this evening, well, even now yet, it's sifting down snow, but it's melting as fast as it's falling. So basically, our April weather here is long and drawn out compared to some places. But yeah, we found a little loophole in the market for cattle, and we shipped a bunch of calves that we missed shipping in the fall. We managed to get them shipped today. So The farm keeps on going. The cows aren't having much trouble.
It's calving season,
Yeah.
so you got new calves.
We got new calves, and I didn't get a chance to get a picture this week. I'm sorry. I'll try to get some clips here. I didn't get out there with my camera when I was out. I forgot my camera in the house. So
Well, you gotta be careful when you're dealing with kids. You want to roll up your roll up your sleeves, and you want to take off your rings and watches, and make sure your cell phone's not in your hand either.
no, my boss went out yesterday, and his best cow was acting like she was going to have a calf, and nothing came. So he finally went last night and got inside, found out the calf was dead. And he was just totally appalled because she was his best cow, and now she's not going to be able to calf again. He's going to have to ship her.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to edit a lot of that out for TV.
Okay. Well, that's just what farmers have to go through. I mean, happens.
Hey, what about Joey over in Russia? You're not allowed to have freedom of speech. You're not allowed to talk about railroad tracks over there. You're not allowed to talk about. You're not allowed to say anything about. You're not allowed to take pictures of military bases, government buildings, churches, and dams over in Russia.
You're not allowed to watch the Comedeorological Report either. You're listening to us on C for 88.7 FM, CKW 95.9 FM, CFBX 92.5, and Shaw Spotlight TV. This is your show about how much the weather is getting better. We got better weather coming.
I had to reboot the modem earlier because it was acting up. I had to unplug the modem and plug it back in.
So some technical difficulties going on over there. But so Frankie, have you heard? Royal Canadian Mounted Police have confirmed that $100 million of the gold was stolen from Pearson International Airport today.
It was ultra bad. Then they have to get the RCMP involved. They have to get the police involved.
This is 3,600 pounds of gold valued at $105 million US. So that's like $1 trillion Canadian dollars.
Oh, check your numbers, man. That equation has shifted recently.
Not by much. But anyways, you get the point. And the thing is, nobody knows anything because it was just gone.
Well, how many suitcases would that fill?
I don't know. It must have been in a laundry truck or something. I bet you it was the laundry guy.
Okay, now hold on. What was the dollar value again?
105 million US.
And that was in gold bars?
Yes, because many gold mines ship gold.
Yeah, gold bars or gold ingots?
I don't know. See, I don't understand how this could happen, because I mean, usually there's like a truck with those guys, and they'll shoot you if you shoot them. And I don't know how $100 million worth of gold just goes missing from Pearson International Airport. It sounds like something from a Willis movie, right? It sounds like, you expect to have like multiple layers of terrorists taking over, and it's just vanished. There's no story. There's nothing to report on because it's just gone.
But I appreciate your effort in reporting on it.
So,
fun fact, Africa as a continent has been shown to be splitting. There's parts of landmass that, based on measurements, photos, and all sorts of documentation from 100 years ago, 50 years ago, and current has shown that the plates under Africa are shifting and the continent itself is splitting in two. So Africa is actually doing some kind of wild stuff at the moment. I mean, it's been doing it for a while. We're just starting to notice.
Well, and some other really big news that's happening on the Pacific plate. I don't know if you heard about this one, but there's been leaks detected in the ocean floor that are allowing this warm liquid substance to break through the mantle in the subduction zone here off the Pacific coast. And that liquid is generally believed to be a lubricant. So that allows plates to slide kind of nicely, right? And if you remove that lubricant, eventually things get more locked, and then they have a major mega thrust earthquake, right? So
yes, that happened in 1700 AD, a long time ago. 1700 AD, they had a mega thrust earthquake off the coast of Vancouver, British Columbia. That Vancouver wasn't even built yet back then.
People of Vancouver, you can't escape major earthquakes forever, can you, Frankie?
You can't escape major earthquakes forever. People in Vancouver, you can't escape from major earthquakes forever. India will be in the monsoon season a couple months away. Then India's into their summer now. They're getting extremely hot temperatures in India. As of right now, including New Delhi and Mumbai, India, those places, they're getting really hot temperatures. This is their summertime right now. And temperatures really, really hot in India. As of right now, it gets extremely hot, like over in Thailand, Cambodia, Bangladesh, and all these places. Thailand, India, Bangladesh, Myanmar, Vietnam, those places. They're in the summer right now. They're getting extremely hot temperatures as of right now. And once a couple of months later, their summer comes to an end. When our summer starts, they'll be in the monsoon season there.
I don't know if I can share this one. I'm reading about the mad pooper of Colorado has been found and identified. And they're claiming it's a First Amendment issue, their right to poop.
Over in Nepal, southern Nepal is really, really, really hot as of right now. It's really cold up in northern Nepal because of the Mount Everest and mountains there.
Two people, a couple, a 38 and 35-year-old couple, that had set up a guillotine so that their heads would roll into a fire altar as part of a sacrifice. In a tiny village of Vinchaya in the state of Gujarat. The quote is from the couple first prepared an altar before putting their heads under a guillotine, like mechanism held by a rope. As soon as they released the rope, an iron blade fell on them, severing the heads, which rolled into the fire.
Okay, so it wasn't just like a Halloween prop setup. 'Cause, I mean, I got a guillotine in my basement, but it's all Halloween prop. It's, you know, it's got this nice balsa wood blade, and I mean, you can get some splinters from it if you jam your head in there, but it's certainly not going to sever anything. So I'm actually impressed that someone actually built it and went through with it. That's not common, and it is dedication to idea, I guess, a prank. Doesn't seem like a real good prank, but good for them.
You know, I try not to cut my own head off. So Florida man has had his leg eaten by an alligator. So he was airlifted to the hospital. It's not known what his condition is at this time. They tracked the alligator and saw the foot at that time. So the reptiles were killed and the foot was retrieved. They got the leg. It was with the gator that they knew bit him. So they've got both gators that were in the pond, which unfortunately, that's what they had to do. Once again, everybody in Florida, stay away from the water. There's alligators in it.
Stay away from water. That means especially it could be algae at the beaches in Florida. That means the dog lets people know before the shark comes. The dog scents the sharks. Dog scents the alligators and the alligator comes. The dog barks before the alligator comes.
Yep, have your dogs around for alligators. Brandon, what can you tell us about the 13-year-old boy who got stuck in the claw vending machine? How did this happen?
Oh, yes, the claw machine, North Carolina. So this is at an amusement park here, and I think 13 or 14. He's in his teenager years there, and he decided he wanted to get this prize. So instead of paying for the prize, he decided to climb into the claw machine there and climb right through. And well, he ended up inside the claw machine with all the toys around him. And yeah, he got stuck in there, so he had to get rescued from inside the claw machine. And so eventually, out of this amusement park, he didn't get to walk away with his favorite toy or whatever he was trying to get from that claw machine there, and he got banned for a couple of years from the amusement park for climbing into the claw machine.
Weyburn, Saskatchewan, Estevan, Saskatchewan, temperature's going to get warmer later on next week, and the warm temperature's going to return. That's going to melt some snow in Weyburn, Saskatchewan, Estevan, Saskatchewan, and southeastern Saskatchewan. As for Africa right now, Sudan and southern Sudan and Ethiopia is extremely hot, above 40 Fahrenheit, including Chad, Mali, Niger, and Nigeria, and Ghana, those places. It's extremely hot there right now.
Down in Georgia, a woman has been charged with faking a pregnancy in order to get 7 weeks of paid time off from her job. and she's fabricated photos of children. Apparently, she's this isn't the first time they found. She's facing 3 counts. So this woman's been going around. She's taken multiple weeks off work and got paid for it, and then turns out that she's got no children. And
Okay, so is she the only parent who doesn't irritate coworkers with unwanted photos of her children? I mean, you can only play it out to a certain point before it just falls apart. Is this all at the same job? Did she just work menial jobs and switch between them trying to scam maternity leave? Like, there's so much more questions. Why?
so she's 43 years old, and she told elaborate lies while working as the director of external affairs at the Georgia Vocational Rehabilitation Agency. She informed the agency about her pregnancy in May 2021, in late 2020, and claimed to give birth in 2021. Folsom's colleagues grew suspicious. Though Folsom had a baby bump, one of her colleagues noticed something wasn't right about it.
It was lumpy. It was pointy. Was it pointy?
It was a fake pregnant stomach.
She forgot to take the pillow out of the box before putting it under her shirt. Is that what happened?
She got 7 weeks of paid leave that should otherwise not have been given. And Georgia, they can get up to 12 weeks. Bill signed on May 5th, granted them 3 weeks of paid paternal leave. Only 3 weeks, eh?
As for this time right now, a lot of Antarctic scientists are leaving Antarctica, including Amazon, Scott, Sopo Station, McMurdo Station, because their winter's coming up on June 21st. Down in Amazon, Scott, Sopo Station, Antarctica, there'll be less scientists than once again up in North Pole and Northwest Territories. Is still extremely cold right now. It's around minus 27 degrees Celsius and minus 30 up in Northwest Territories. And once again, at the end of May, there'll be 24-hour daylight up there.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
Up around where Google took note of it and get 24-hour daylight on June 21st as well.
So I see that some of those snowfall warnings or some of those wind warnings but still for the southern Gulf Islands and Victoria, still 70 to 90 gusts expected. All the other warnings have been dropped though. But meanwhile, Saskatchewan, all its snowfall warnings have been dropped. But Manitoba, you can expect it Friday morning, 10 centimeters, 20 centimeters may occur by Friday morning, the Red River Valley. So my concern about that one, Brandon, is the Red River Valley. What do you...
It is a major flood. When the snow melts, that can cause Red River Valley to flood. Joel Stover, and if it goes to Winnipeg, better watch out.
Yeah, what's anyone got? There's a flood warning right now for northwestern Minnesota.
Yeah, so they've had quite a significant snowpack in especially North Dakota and the parts of Minnesota there this year. So already a concern there with the Red River because the Red River flows up from South Dakota and Minnesota. So all that water will eventually move into southern Manitoba. So we'll be watching that in the days to come, or in the weeks to come at least, once we get into that more so that snow melt. And we've already had some flood issues in southern Saskatchewan. I believe Swift Current last week was under state emergency there for flooding issues there. So we're going to have to watch southern Saskatchewan as well for once all the snow that we've had over last couple of days melts off here. We're going to get into some possible flooding in parts of Saskatchewan as well. And we've also had some flood issues on the Assiniboia River in Manitoba too. So yeah, it is that time of season, that's for sure. Waiting on the snow to melt and seeing what happens.
So definitely flood warnings in places like Melita, Verdun, of course, and then south of Winnipeg. Still lots of no flooding reports, but the concern is definitely what's going to happen.
Oh,
my Meowie always shows up right when there's a camera on. He's been gone for hours, but he doesn't care. As soon as there's a camera on, Meowie wants to be on TV.
And I got something to say. There's a flood in Base Guy's area. It's a flood warning for Base Guy's area. There's a possible flood where Base Guy is located in St. Anne, Quebec.
Thanks for a broken pipe. There was a flood in my apartment this morning.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was actually pretty horrific. So, cleaned up now, and I'm happy that maintenance showed up and, did a thing, but it's also worth noting that maintenance kind of caused the flood, so that was an added bonus.
Oh, wow.
Meowie just wants to run to his dish But I want him to say hi to everybody, but he doesn't understand.
Your cat hates you.
No, he doesn't. He sleeps with me every night and cuddles, and he's my best friend.
As
My
he
cat
should be.
hates you with your bunny ears there.
Well, yeah.
Mouse ears or whatever. He's like, he probably, if he saw that, he'd be at the screen trying to attack your ears. That's what he does. We watch movies of mice.
Speaking of animals, there's a bear this week that broke into a car, somebody's car, and there was a couple of cases of pop in this person's car in BC. And the bear, well, he drank 69 regular pops from this car. So, yeah, that would be an epic burp to hear after that. And he left all the diet soda, but he went after the regular soda. It's pretty awesome.
That's the funny part.
I would love to hear a bear belch after that. Yeah, that'd be delightful. Oh my God.
How is it that animals can tell what aspartame is compared to sugar when we can't?
Well, I can tell. Don't you worry.
Yeah,
I can tell too, but
we choose to drink it. They choose not to. The bear chose to avoid the aspartame. Speaking of animal updates, my little dog friend Sabian has come out of his surgery. He had a grand mal seizure on March 24th, and he was very lucky to be alive. He was later diagnosed as having a glioblastoma brain tumor, and the surgery was just yesterday or Monday. So just recently came out of surgery, and he's doing really well. We've actually got a little GoFundMe set up for him, but he's recovering. He's growing his hair back. It's weird seeing him all shaved down because don't shave a short-haired dog. It just isn't right. So it's a little funny seeing him, but he's getting back to his old self again. He's going to be on either radiation or chemotherapy treatment for a little while, but he's doing good. So my little dog friend is doing good. He's doing well, and we're hoping that his recovery continues and all that good stuff.
Right now, up in Greenland, it's minus 27 degrees in the north central Greenland. It's really cold still up there right now in Greenland.
There's a flock of feral sheep that's running amok in this village in Wales, South Wales. I can't even pronounce the village name if I try to. It's like Comedeorological.
It's Welsh. Welsh language doesn't use vowels.
It's got commas in the middle of the word, apostrophes in the middle of the word and stuff. But so this week in Comedeorological, South Wales, families have stopped their children from playing outside because of mounds of sheep muck, and these feral sheep are attacking people and stuff, I guess, right? So I got up one morning and there was 2 sheep in the garden, so we shooed them on, and they just kept coming back and back. And now the animals have returned in large numbers. They're everywhere.
That's awesome.
There's literally mounds of sheep muck, and it's everywhere. It's a nightmare. We've given up chasing them away because they've got nowhere to go, so they just come back.
we hear
I know where
stories
they
of
could go.
wolves in sheep's clothing. What about sheep acting like wolves?
I know where they could go. In the crock pot.
The crock pot. Oh, that's a great place. Yeah.
Like you got a problem with too many sheep? It's coming right for us.
I wouldn't mind a leg of lamb for dinner. That sounds good to me.
Man, that'd be really awesome.
Never been a fan. I've had it prepared a lot of different ways and never really liked it.
Oh, you have to try my mom's leg of lamb with the onion sauce. Oh my goodness. That's good stuff. Oh, I'm gonna make it.
Says that. Everyone says, "Oh, you've got to try it my way." No, I don't. I mean, I appreciate that you like it, but it's still lamb. It still tastes like lamb.
No, when someone says you should try it my way, I'm like, awesome. I don't have to cook. This is.
Yeah, but you're eating something you don't want to eat.
Who says I don't want to eat it? I've had lamb. I grew up on a farm, man. I eat things. Mom, do I eat things?
Is your mom still there?
She's still here.
Oh, okay.
There and the kids. It was my birthday this week, and I turned 34, and my whole family came.
5 facts and myths that people are sick of hearing. Let's dig into this thing.
Well, wait, if we're sick of hearing it,
Why would you bring it up
subject
again?
it to us?
I don't know.
Okay, go ahead.
And see if I can pull this up here.
No one's got anything better, I guess. So 5 things that people are sick of hearing.
Okay.
I got one.
Here, you ready for this? The red juice seeping out of your steak isn't blood, it's water, plus a protein called myoglobin. Myoglobin. Even rare steak is bloodless. Did you know that?
Yes, and that's why I like it rare. In fact, blue rare is good because sometimes I can't eat a whole steak half the time anymore. Even though I'm only 34, I can't eat as much as I used to. And but you have it rare, and then at least you can put it back in the frying pan with your eggs in the morning, and it's not a piece of leather.
There you go. That's right. Medium rare. Way to go. Also, did you know brown eggs aren't healthier than white? It's just the different type of chicken. Did you know? It's a different type of chicken. Mm-hmm.
I found it though. Monica has a new rooster. His name is Eddie.
I like it.
And Eddie doesn't lay eggs because he's a rooster.
Thank you for the update on Monica. How is she?
She's doing good so far, and she's just taking care of hens, and she's taking care of dogs too, and she's doing great so far these days. She lives in Bonaventure, Quebec still.
She does. Is she back on Facebook or is she still doing her
She's
own
back
thing?
on Facebook. I repeat, she's back on Facebook now.
Oh, good.
What else you got, Brandon?
Okay, so introverted doesn't always mean you're shy. A better definition is introverts tend to feel drained if they socialize too much, and extroverts are the opposite. There you go.
Yeah, that's why I live in the mountains.
That's why you live in the mountains. That's right.
I do like my flurry of extroversion, but what else you got?
And then Chat GPT is conscious. It doesn't think, feel, or understand anything, or at least not yet. But people act like it's God or something.
What is Chat GPT?
I don't know.
It's the thing that will destroy us all eventually, and I can't wait. So here's weather myths and conceptions. First person to buzz in gets the point. True or false? Tornadoes and hurricanes cause the most injuries and damage.
Hailstones can cause most injuries. Hailstones can break bones.
Frankie.
I'm going to go flooding.
Yeah, I'm just saying false. That was a true or false question. He wasn't asking for more data.
In reality, droughts, floods, and wildfires cause the most injuries and deaths every year.
Woo!
Number 2.
And hailstones. Hailstones can cause.
True or false? Lightning never strikes the same place twice.
False.
False.
Lightning strikes wherever it damn well wants.
Could be an odd time because lightning could strike the same place twice if you have a lightning rod.
Some places, sometimes on one lightning bolt, what you think is one lightning bolt, there's actually many lightning bolts going. Right?
Yeah.
Huh?
And they're all striking the same spot?
So, yes, lightning definitely can strike the same spot. Seeking shelter under a tree will keep you safe.
False.
False.
It'll get you blown up by lightning.
Yep.
And trees falling on you is
lightning can hit the roof of the house. Down Florida, lightning can hit somebody's roof of the house.
Oh, yeah. Same in Alberta.
Doorways are the safest place to be during earthquakes.
False.
It would depend when your home was built.
So
That's the
false.
answer. Yes.
Doorways will protect you from nothing.
True or false? You can safely drive your vehicle through floodwaters.
Well, if you're driving a submarine.
And Brandon's not even amused. He's like, I said this last week on the show.
Yeah,
what was it? What was the saying you had there? If it's brown, turn around.
Turn around, don't drown.
If it's brown, turn around.
Turn around, don't drown.
If it's yellow, let it mellow. if it's brown, turn around, don't drown.
That is just, it just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? It's just right there like a fortune cookie for you.
True or false? Opening the windows will help equalize the pressure in your house during a tornado.
Let's say true. Why not?
False.
So I mean, you got 500-kilometer-an-hour winds are coming along, but I'm gonna open my window. That's gonna make a difference.
Well, at the very least, you might get a little bit less broken glass. Maybe.
You know, before the storm smashes your windows out.
With a tree.
Before it wipes your house off the foundation.
Before it whips a hubcap through your window.
Here's a special guest, Fred the Bear. Hi, Frankie. How you doing? I'm doing great.
Frankie Bear's back.
I'm Fred the Bear. I'm back on the Joey Only Show. I'm doing great so far. How's your day, Frankie? I'm doing really well. I'm ready for Frankie Donald's birthday. Things are great so far. I'm Fred the Bear. Frankie's birthday is coming up on Monday, April 24, 2023. Frankie Donald's going to be 39 years old. See you soon. Bye for now.
Yay, Fred the Bear. You tell Frankie we all say happy birthday, Frankie McDonald. Frankie, don't forget, you're going to be 39 years old on Monday.
Yes.
39. And good to see you, Fred the Bear. Fred the Bear, does Fred the Bear know if a tornado can cross lakes and rivers?
Tornadoes can't cross lakes and rivers. It could be water spouts.
There you go. You heard it from Fred the Bear. So there you go. And then we've come to the end of our show, which was a little discombobulated. I was a little unprepared because I had my eyes glued to the TV right to the last moment. Epic win. And I think Frankie's hockey predictions are wrong. I mean, let's just, before we go, Winnipeg, how is it going? I mean, Winnipeg will know better than us by the time this airs in Winnipeg. But
Frankie's predictions are never wrong. Frankie knows what's up.
the score is 1-0 Winnipeg, and they're ahead in the series, Frankie.
I analyze those weather models before even doing my weather reports.
Excellent. Frankie, we love you. Where can we find you online?
My Twitter is at Frankie MacD. My Facebook is Frankie MacDonald. My Instagram is Frankie MacD984. My TikTok is FrankDonald984. My Clapper is FrankDonald984. My Twitch is FrankieDonald984. My Snapchat is Frankie AMCDON. And my Twitch is Frankie MacDonald984. My LinkedIn is Frankie Donald. And my YouTube channel is Dogs and Wolves. Best of luck to you. I'm Frankie Donald. You're listening to Comedy Meteorological Weather Report. Caribou Weather Do with Joey Only every Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 11 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time. All you guys will see me on Base Guy Show tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. All you guys will see me on Base Guy Show at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow.
I might just tune in. Yes, might just. And if I don't, tell Jack we say hi because we love Jack Casey. Anyways, that's the show. That's Frankie McDonald. I'm Joey Only out here in Wells, British Columbia. And you're hearing us from the Comedeorological Radio Network, man. CFR, CKW, CFBX, Shaw, Spotlight. Man, we are slowly growing. And you can find every episode of this show ever on my YouTube channel, Joey Only, Caribou Weather Dude. And you can also find cool videos about us fighting forest fires and thunderstorms and weather reports for this week. I'm always putting something new on there, so do check in. And of course, the Brandon Hauk reports always come out early on my channel as well. We've had Brandon Hauk with us in Brooks, Alberta, Hilding Donaldson with us in Grassy Plains, British Columbia, and Imogen Cookie Bailey down there in Victoria. That's the show for this week. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Stay dry, stay safe, and enjoy the spring weather because it will come soonish.
You forgot to wish me happy birthday on April 24th.
Happy birthday on April 24th, Frankie. Everybody, let's sing. Happy birthday to Frankie. Happy birthday to Frankie. Happy birthday, dear Frankie. Happy birthday to Frankie.
Donald.
And even the kids say happy birthday, Frankie.
Happy birthday, Frankie. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday from my mom and from the kids and from me. And you're right, we did forget to wish you happy birthday, Frankie. And Frankie, at 12:01 on my birthday in the morning, he's messaged me, happy birthday, Joey. So that's what kind of guy he is. Okay, see you next week, everybody. Bye for now.
Happy birthday, Frankie.